So oftentimes this is a question in the mind of most of the people, that who is the Supreme Lord? Whether it is Brahma or it is Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu. So the same confusion and discussion came among all the demigods. There is a description in the scriptures that once upon a time, all these great saints throughout the whole creation, all the world universe, they assembled at New Naimisharanya place, and they were to perform a great sacrifice, yajna. And at the same time, Sri Narada Muni happened to appear there, because he is one of the chief of the devotee, Vaishnava, and he travels everywhere, anywhere. So he appeared there and he asked them that what is your purpose, what do you want to do and what you want to achieve. So the demigods, all the Rishi Munis says that we want to perform the sacrifice and please Brahma and Shiva and Lord Vishnu. So Narada Muni said that first we should find out who is supreme among them. Then let us serve him and please him, because if we do that, then everything will be completely fulfilling. And they all agreed unanimously. Srila Prabhupada gives another example. Srila Prabhupada, he gives the example of a pond, a beautiful, nice pond of water. And if you throw a stone in that water pond, then what will happen? It will create ripples. It will travel to long distance. But if you throw stones in different places in that pond, then so many ripples will be created at each center, and then the ripples will be contradicting each other, and you cannot see. Now, but if you put all the stones, throw all the stones at a particular point, then all the ripples will be generated from that point constantly and will be going throughout that pond regularly, constantly, and you get the proper result out of it. So it is very necessary to find out who is the original cause, who is the center. So all the Rishi Munis, they assembled and they discussed, and then they agreed, yes, this is very important to find out, and then we will try to please him. So then they said, yes, how do we find it out and who will do that? So both the questions has to be discussed. So it was discussed that whoever is completely out of the clutches of modes of material nature has to be considered as supreme. Second was that who will do this? Who will testify? Who will conduct this exam? So among all the Rishi Munis, there were Vasishtha Muni also. Vasishtha Muni is the chief and he is the guru of all the devatas. But he also said, no, I won't do that. Sorry. Even Atri Muni also refused. And nobody was coming forward to do this because everyone thought that it's very difficult. It's like putting a hot charcoal in the mouth. Okay? It's very dangerous. So ultimately, all the Rishi Munis, they unanimously, they came at one conclusion that Bhrigu Maharshi, he is qualified enough and he should do this. And they all proposed together that Bhrigu Maharshi, you please do it for us. You need to go to Brahma and Shiva and Lord Vishnu and please find out who is supreme. And then, though he didn't want, but Bhrigu Maharshi has to accept it. Yes, okay, I will do it. So Bhrigu Maharshi, he left. First he went to Lord Brahma, and you know that Brahma He is the father of Bhrigu. So Brahma was very happy seeing Bhrigu Maharshi coming, and he welcomed him, he greeted him. But when Bhrigu Maharshi came closer, he didn't show some signs of respect. He didn't say some sweet words. He did not glorify Brahma as he was supposed to do, because Brahma was the guru of Bhrigu Maharshi. Secondly, he is the father of Bhrigu Maharshi. So being father, being guru, definitely he expected some respect, some token of respect, sweet words. But nothing this sort. Bhrigu Maharshi didn't do that. He didn't exhibit that. So Brahma became very upset. He became very angry, and he felt really to say something, but then he controlled himself. He didn't speak. He thought, he is my son after all. Okay, forgive him. And Bhrigu Maharshi understood that Brahma is very upset, my father is very upset. So definitely he is not out of the modes of the material nature. Therefore, he concluded he is not the Supreme Lord. And then he left for Kailash. So at Kailash, Lord Shiva, he was sitting there with his consort Mother Parvati, and they were talking. And the moment Lord Shiva, he saw Narad Muni coming, Lord Shiva became Bhrigu Maharshi coming, he became very happy, very joyous. Oh, welcome, 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 my dear brother. So he came closer, and Bhrigu Maharshi looked at him, and Lord Shiva, he opened both the arms to embrace him, welcome him with joy and warmth. But then Bhrigu Maharshi, he totally rejected, he neglected. He said, no, 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 no. See your body, look your body. There are so much of ashes from the crematorium. It's not good, it's not pure. And then there are skulls, there is snake and this. It's not so good. I will be contaminated if I do that. Please, sorry. So Lord Shiva, he became very furious, he became very angry. Oh, you are saying like this? And he immediately thought, I must punish him, I should teach him, give him a good lesson. And he was about to, but Mother Parvati, she came in between and she said, she pacified Lord Shiva. No, no, you did not do that. So Bhrigu Maharshi left from there. Now he came where Lord Vishnu, he was taking rest. So he came to Kshir Sagar, where the Supreme Lord is taking rest, and Mata Lakshmi, she was massaging the feet. And in their personal chamber, Bhrigu Maharshi, he entered without any notice, without any prior intimation or information, and he just walked straight where the Lord Vishnu was lying on the bed, and then directly on his chest, Bhrigu Maharshi, with his foot, he stamped hard. Tuck, tuck. Like this. He kicked. So strange. Mother Lakshmi, she was really surprised. Who is he? How come he dare do this? But immediately, Lord Vishnu, who was lying on the bed, he sat down and he took the feet of Bhrigu Maharshi and he started speaking sweetly. He said, oh Brahmana, I am so happy today. You came to our house. You purified our house today by your presence. We are so fortunate to receive you. I am so grateful. And I am very much thankful, but I am really sorry. I am really, really sorry. My heart is very hard. My chest is very hard. It's like thunderbolt. But your feet are like lotus petals. They are very soft. Unfortunately, you have kicked on a very hard surface. with your lotus tender feet. And I am sure that it must be paining now. So please let me massage your feet so that you will be relieved of the pain. And saying this, Lord Vishnu, he started massaging the feet of Bhrigu Maharshi. And Bhrigu Maharshi was totally in tears. His heart completely melted. He could see that Lord Vishnu is totally, completely out of the modes of material nature. Nothing of the material nature has touched him slightly also. Srila Prabhupada explains that there are three types of offenses. Number one, offense committed by the mind, by our thoughts, disrespecting someone in our mind. Okay, this is the first stage of offense. Second, by our words, telling someone bad words, disrespecting someone, that definitely hurts. And third and the most grave of all the three is physically disrespecting or chastising someone or kicking someone, beating someone. So these are the three in the ascending order. The offenses committed by the mind, they are lesser than the offenses committed by the words, and the offenses committed by our action are the biggest type of offenses, very gross, anyone can see, and that's the worst type of the offense. So here Bhrigu Maharshi, he committed the worst type of disrespect and offense towards Lord Vishnu. But even then, Lord Vishnu, he did not retaliate, he did not disrespect him, he did not say any bad word. On the contrary, he welcomed him and he was showing respect, love, and he completely forgave him. So this quality, by seeing this quality, Bhrigu Maharshi could immediately conclude, and he told the Supreme Lord, please forgive me. Somehow I was given this responsibility and I needed to do this, and please forgive. He begged again and again forgiveness, and he came back to Naimisharanya, where all the sages were assembled, rishis were there, munis were there, and he declared in that assembly that Lord Vishnu is the supreme. I have found it out. But when everyone was happy to know that Lord Vishnu is supreme, but one person was very much disturbed by this whole episode, and that was Mother Lakshmi. It was very intolerable, unbearable for her to see that the love of her heart, Lord Vishnu, was disrespected, was kicked by an ordinary person before her eyes, directly on his chest. So she felt that this is very sinful and she must atone by seeing this great sin. And then she left that place. She told the Lord that no, I am going to planet Earth and I will be performing tapasya for my purification. And she descended to Kolhapur to perform tapasya. And when she didn't turn back to Vaikuntha planet for long period of time, Lord Vishnu, he descended to this earth in the form of Srinivasa, who is still worshipped in the form of Balaji Venkateshwara at the abode of Tirupati. So this is the beginning of the divine pastime of Tirupati Balaji. It started with Bhrigu Maharshi, who kicked directly on the chest of Lord Vishnu. So this very wonderful pastime, it clearly shows, depicts that how Lord Vishnu is the supreme Bhagavan. And Srila Prabhupada said, we should always worship the Supreme Lord by chanting His divine names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please like it and subscribe it, and we will be telling you more and more confidential and inspiring pastimes of the Supreme Lord every day. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai.